The howl of the wolf fills a lonely canyon high above the desert land they call Chakotay. The flint strikes the steel, a cloud conceals the final stand, and the noble fall of the great here. Stay safe, stay warm, and you stay free with Chakotay Outdoor Recreation.
Okay, so this is my Flint wallet, and I learned a new trick today. I thought I'd share it with you. When you put your flints in here, right? And here's a good flint, right? Good crisp edge on that flint. You'd want to keep that. Take one of your patches, right? Wrap the patch over the pointy part of the sharp part of the flint, and then put it in the pocket like that. And it kind of holds it in there, protects it a little bit. And this is my Flint wallet. It's handcrafted deer hide. Very nice. And I haven't gone through it in a while. I thought this would be cool. I saw this trick today where you use the patches to kind of protect your flint so they're ready to go and they're snug in there. And I thought, hey, let me share that with the folks. I got 3 flints ready to go there. I got a good tool. This helps me chip away at my flints when they become dull. I'll press it down and try to get a good edge on my flint. This also helps me change out my flints. So I'll keep that tool in there. It's good to have a little tool pocket in your flint pouch too. Here's some leathers, and I use those to wrap around the flint when I have to. I'll keep that in my little tool pouch. A spare flint that I really need to work on. You can see how rounded out that one is. But, you know, it's sometimes you can save them, sometimes you can't. And so that's my flint pouch. I thought I'd share it with you. I hope you enjoy that. I'll show you what it looks like closed. Very simple flint pouch, but a great tool for having in the backcountry when you need to change out your flint.
Stay safe, stay warm, stay free.
You know, before contact with the rest of the world, I think my ancestors were probably having a lot in their minds walking around southeastern Massachusetts and trying to think about what kind of tree would fit their needs and what they needed for a house, what they needed for a boat, what they needed for tools and tool handles out of the wood that they got from that tree. So I imagine back then probably using a good quality tree that was nice and straight, of course, for having a nice straight log. So I imagine my ancestors probably scouring around the area. If they were building a home, they would probably try to find a tree that had good quality tree bark, try to clear away some of the area so that they could have a clearing to make their home, and then probably use a lot of those tree trunks for boats for the community or for their families.
So you look for a tree near a river, most likely, or fresh water. And by a river, you have clay, and you got clay beds, and you want to pull up those clay and bring it with you. And when you find a tree, you want to pack the clay around the trunk of the tree. You're looking at probably about 6-8 feet up the tree, and you make maybe a 2-foot barrier of clay. The reason for this is the way you took down trees is not by chopping them down, but by burning them down. So what that clay barrier is going to do is prevent that fire that you build around the trunk of the tree from spreading all the way up the tree.
And then once the tree fell, once that man or the group of guys or whoever was working on the Mishoon or boat would get the desired length of their tree and say, okay, this is where I want the front of my boat to be, they would peel some of the tree bark and do a very similar burn and scrape, pack the coal where they didn't want it, almost like a measuring line. This is where I want the burning to stop, and just burn and scrape and burn and scrape. And over time, I imagine probably a handful of days, you would have cut that tree, you would have had your log that you wanted to make into your boat, and the shape of the outsides would have already been accomplished by burning and scraping to cut the wood.
Fire is considered to be the #1 woodworking tool for the man. It's not just used for making boats, but it's used for making spoons, used for making bowls, mortars for grinding corn. If you had a piece of wood and you needed to hollow it out, you burn out the inside. But traditionally, how we made these boats is by burning 24 hours a day, burning all day, all night. Back in, I think, in 1610, Roger Williams, he noticed a Narragansett man down on Rhode Island. He observed him making a chestnut boat. He said it took that man anywhere from 10 to 12 days to do. He wasn't even sure the exact time.